Gesui Utwalas. How's your morning progressing? We're on the third and final video to the 28th epistle of Genesis with Jacob, still with Jacob. So let's, this dream that he just had about this incredible, magnificent ladder. Well, he called the name of this city afterwards Bethel. Bethel means house of God. Previously, this community was called Luza. So the effect this dream, this vision Jacob had was just astronomical, obviously. Bethel, city of God. Then he vowed this beautiful vow for those of you looking to start their own exploration with God on a nonprofit. Because the church isn't happy or what have you, so you're like us, you start your own. Not religion, but your worship to God. That's all Shepherd Court is. It's a place where you can learn the liturgy better and absorb God. So if you're after that same sort of goal for yourself and you need a vow, this is it. This is a wonderful vow. And we're going to go over to spend a little bit of time on this. I have it down in Latin for you, but I'll find it in English for you if you're not following along with us online. Si fuerit DEUS mecum. If God shall be with me. Starting off pretty well, huh? If God shall be with me. Again, this sounds like if you do this, I'll do this. It really does. And I would almost agree with you, but it's a lot deeper than this, as I explored previously with these situations. Si fuerit DEUS mecum, et custodierit me in via, per quam ego ambulo, et dederit mihi panem et vescendum, et vestimentum et induendum, reversusque fuere prospere domum patris me, et mihi domus in DEUM. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. All right, so here's where we're at so far. Si fuerit DEUS mecum. If God shall be with me. Et custodierit me in via, and shall keep me in the way. Per quam ego ambulo, by the way I walk, by the which way I walk. Et dederit mihi panem ad vescendum. Give me bread to eat. Et vestimentum ad induendum. And raiment to put on, clothes to put on. Reversusque fuero, prospere domum, patris me. And I shall be returned to my father's house prosperously. Erit mihi, DOMINUS in DEUM. The Lord shall be my God. Et lapis iste, and the stone. Quem erexi in titulum. Vocabitur DOMUS DEI. The stone that I've erected for a title. It shall be called DOMUS DEI, the house of God. Cunctorumque, dederit mihi. And of all things thou gives me, decimas offertum tibi. I will offer tithes to thee. I told you it was a fantastic vow. And I was going over this last night. I ended up dropping down on my knees in tears because it doesn't really apply to us. It's such a perfect vow because we're already on the path and we've already made a covenant with God where we're at. But I'm telling you, for those of you starting to trying out on this journey and need something to commit yourselves because no one else is helping you, this is just look to the Word. As I keep explaining over and over, Christ is the head of his church. If his clergy are not helping you, and I'm sorry, his clergy are just not the stellar people they should be. I'm just as agape as you are exploring around on this throughout the world. But again, Christ leads this church. He extended his hand, just like on this ladder. Remember this dream? Our Lord is touching it. He's touching it. So he's extending his hand. He's always within your distance. He's always reachable. His hands are always extending towards you. All you have to do is extend your hand and touch his. It's not like this is a journey that's impossible to get on. He vowed a vow. Well, let's begin by defining what a vow is. Vows are properly of things which are not otherwise commanded. That's a vow. Upon first absorbing this oath of Jacob's, it seems more to me like the patriarch was attempting to test Christ, as I told you. If you do this, I'll do that. Paul, Peter, many others write how dangerously foolish this is for any human to surmise, even though it seems that way. That's what I mean. This liturgy is so incredible. It's the only word out there for man to read that can alter right before your eyes. According to Saints Jerome and Augustine, who I've quoted tremendously, and I will continue to do so because of their notes, it can't be understood that here Jacob promised or vows only to serve God as his sovereign Lord of all the creatures. For to do that, he was bound, whether he should prosper temporally or not. He's already bound by that. We all are. He vowed particular godly works to which he was not yet otherwise obliged. Yes, he was trained, instructed very well by his father Isaac. But according to what I'm reading here, according to what Moyses is presenting us, he hasn't fully accepted this spiritual life. Has he? As a matter of fact, it's here that Jacob expresses a couple things. First of all, and this stone, which I have erected for a title, shall be called Bethel, House of God. Jacob promises to construct a church, a temple, which becomes to fruition when he returns, which is the 35th epistle of Genesis. Secondly, I quote again, and of all things which thou shalt give me, I will offer tithes to thee. This also was a free devotion. For even in the laws of nature, folks, even in the laws of nature, tithes were due to priests. I'm going to prove this more when we get more closer towards Moyses with Egypt. inferior priests gave tithes to superior ones, as Abraham did. Abram was known back then, when he returned from rescuing the Sodomites and Lot. Paid a tithe to Father Melchizedek. Do you recall this? Do you recall when Abraham returned with his nephew and the captives to eastern Palestine? Father Melchizedek, this gentleman, all of a sudden is introduced. He enters with a sacrifice to Elohim. Yeah, you made it back. Yeah, you made it back. But you know what? We should thank God for you being able to make it back. Abram offered tithes to his superior priest, Melchizedek. In regards to Jacob, all of his tithes would be due to his father, Isaac. After his father's death, the tithes will be due to him as the chief priest. That's what I mean about he has not fully taken this vow. He's not chief priest yet. Yet, what does Jacob do? He promised his tithes to quies. He promised his tithes to Elohim, meaning he will offer them in sacrifice and bestow them in other uses pertaining to God's service. That's all this means. He's extending it. He's trying to show more, reveal more. He's trying to do more for God, even before he's even committed. This is the vow. This is Jacob, an extraordinary man. We have a lot more to go, and we'll explore it when we begin the 29th epistle to Genesis. Until then, Pax Vobis.